Corey.
I'm Jacob.
And we're going for a drive. 2024 Mercedes-AMG CLE53.
With race start. Damn.
Horsepower and torque.
443 horsepower, 413 pound-feet of torque from a 48-volt mild hybrid 3-liter inline 6-cylinder turbo with an electric supercharger.
That's pretty good.
That's surprisingly good.
So, this is the new model CLE.
Hang on before you get to that.
Okay.
It actually has 29 extra torques in overboost mode for 12 seconds, bringing that up to 442.
Is that in just the launch mode?
I believe so.
Because I don't see any overboost buttons.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not like BMW, you can like pull a paddle into overboost mode, but go for it.
So this is the wide-bodied version of the other CLE that we drove.
Yes, and it looks, oh my God, so much better.
It's not a full 63, so it does not have a signature on the engine.
Although, I did look at the Mercedes website, it does say that it's handcrafted, and that is kind of the pinnacle of AMG kind of thing, one man and one engine, but there is no signature.
Is this not the motor from the other CLE just like tuned up?
This is the CLE 450 engine tuned up, like enhanced by AMG, but as far as I understand, there's no signature, which means it's not handcrafted like in the traditional sense of AMG.
Did they announce what the 63 is going to be at? Is it going to be a V8 or is it going to be the 4-cylinder?
Not yet. They've apparently been testing both, theoretically. Nobody really knows. Hopefully it's a V8. Rumors are that it will be a V8, and I could see them shoving a V8 into this and it being incredible.
But we got a wide body on here, so it looks like what the V8, the 63 would look like.
Exactly.
Which I'm a little conflicted by, because the last E53 was not wide bodied.
Correct.
Should a 53 be wide body? Is it giving too much looks to something that isn't a 63?
I'm with you on that. I completely understand what you're saying.
Only according to like the car rules.
Yes.
But for customers, like, that's awesome.
This is what you want.
Yeah, because like we still have non-63 stuff, like our cool vents at the front are capped.
Yeah, which we assume will probably be open for the 63 for more cooling.
They better be.
Yeah, but I love this wide body.
Let's talk about the looks, because better than the wide body are these new friggin' wheels that I've never seen before. Are they like turbine classic Mercedes with the silver like lining on it? Like, what is this?
I think these are my favorite current Mercedes wheels. I haven't seen anything like this. It's almost like a rally style.
Yeah.
But it works so well. It gives the car more aggression. It almost looks like it's like it gives it an off-road tire.
That's what I meant. Rally, not turbine, because it was like, what was the ones you had on your Fiesta?
ST? Yeah, they're 50 and 52 wheels.
Damn, sickest wheels. Shout out Mercedes wheel guys. You guys still haven't screwed it up, not once.
I love these. I actually am considering something like this for my E55 after seeing this.
Just we'll steal them off this car when it's parked.
I'll double check the bolt pattern to see if it works, but man, I love these wheels. Good job, Mercedes.
And then what would be the Continental recommended tire for a CLE 53?
The Extreme Contact Sport 02.
Maybe Viking Contact 7 for winter. Get ready, winter's coming. It's gonna get here sooner than you think, and you're going to need a good set of winter tires.
Yeah, I know it is September, but winter tire season is coming.
Check out the Total Confidence plan on the website.
Yeah. But let's talk about this front bumper. It looks so aggressive, so big, and my favorite angle is kind of from the front, looking a little bit to the left, because it's got just like this big, dirty mouth on it.
Yeah, well, what do you think of this license plate placement?
Terrible.
Well,
it's as good as they could have done for a North American license plate.
yeah, in Europe they got it like the thin one in between the grill and the lower thing, which I think is better, but like whatever, it's pretty all right.
Yeah, it's the best they could do. Just ride dirty, don't have front plate, whatever.
Headlights.
Yeah, they're great on this.
Yeah, with the two little dots. Like, I think I still prefer like 2 generations ago with like the more swoopiness, but this is great.
So this competes with like an M440i, and I think this looks way more aggressive.
Yeah,
way
that's
more.
great. The fact that this competes with an M440i, like for looks, like yeah, Mercedes knocked it out of the park.
Oh,
and then we got the blackout version, so all like the trim is blacked out, the logos, the badges blacked out. So that's pretty cool. But you can get an old man spec with a lot more chrome, which
still sick.
We're getting kind of old. We're kind of liking that stuff a lot these days.
I did just put chrome wheels on my Cobra, so
exactly.
Yeah, but no, this looks great in this spec, and I love that they didn't just black out the badges. It's like a black chrome.
Okay, fender flares in the front and the back, like nice
Chunky.
wide body. Like, yeah, I did not expect that, and I'm pleasantly surprised. That's where I'm conflicted. If I wanted to get this or an old E53, would I rather have no B pillars, because these windows go down but the back ones don't, or would I have narrow body and no B pillars?
Right, because it's not much of a power bump over the E53.
But that didn't have launch control. They didn't have all this track pace stuff that we have in here.
Didn't have race mode, as far as I remember. Yeah.
How much do you like no B-pillars?
Honestly, I love the looks of this more than no B-pillars.
I think there's older Mercedes-AMGs that, I think it was like a CLS that had no B-pillars.
Yeah.
And it was AMG.
Yeah, there was a V12, dude. There was a, yeah.
Yo, let's look those up on tsp.truecar.com.
I would love one of those.
Let's
CLS 65?
Let's show that.
Or CL, sorry, CL 65.
And let's show the E53 and the CLE53. Which one are you picking in the comments below? You can tell us now or later.
I'm going to say CL 65 because V12 AMG.
Taillights.
I like them.
Not like the most impressive.
Although, I did read the comments on our previous video, and a lot of people did say that they look like late 90s, early 2000s Ford Escort taillights, and they are not wrong. the ZX2?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then that leads us to what is in between the taillights. It's a badge.
Oh yeah, the badge.
What does the badge do?
Yeah, it keeps popping up and down every time you come to a stop, just like the CLE 300. It's annoying to see.
It ruins the looks from the outside.
Yeah.
But the whole 360 camera setup is pretty sweet. Like when you park, it's got like the from behind augmented view. Like the 360 cameras are really, really nice. And then the stance of this, you were kind of complaining. You thought it sat a little too high.
There's just a bit too much wheel gap in the rear.
And then with the M4 that we also have this week, you're like, the M4 sits way lower. Then turns out they both sit the exact same height.
Yes, wheel gap wise, but this looks like it has more wheel
And
gap.
then you're the dumb idiot who had to cut off your fenders on your Cobra. When I'm
Hey,
like, don't lower it too much.
I did it properly, and now it looks so mean, so aggressive. Cut your fenders, roll your fenders, stance your cars, do it properly. Just don't do the camber gang thing like this. Just do it properly like the Cobra.
I like camera gang.
Yeah, see, that's why.
And while Cliche Corner is closed for repairs, I'm going to give it a little rip on this other side road. And it handles really well. It like sticks harder than I thought it would.
Yeah, it's really nice to drive.
Yeah.
What suspension settings are you in right now?
I'm in comfort.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
But it's easy. It just feels like you're almost invincible in these new cars, doesn't it?
It really does. And it is 4MATIC Plus, which theoretically allows for full rear-wheel drive, but we can't control that.
Well, you can control it in drift mode.
We actually have drift mode in this. That's right, because we have race mode.
Let me show you. Boom, full stop.
Okay.
AMG button, manual, hold
traction.
traction all the way off, pull both paddles.
Drift. Hey, you got it. Heck yeah.
Will that just
Dude,
do it?
Yeah, it'll do a burnout.
Yes! What?
Yes, AMG! We've got old AMG back.
That's so much better than BMWs, because BMWs will force you into a launch control.
Yeah.
Yo!
I think it will. I'm not 100%.
Your turn to drive.
Yo.
What? It completely redeemed themselves.
Yes, you can control it.
Oh my God. So with being able to do brake stands now, can we confirm that this is a real AMG? You know what I mean? I feel like that's
Dude,
fair.
as far as I'm concerned,
You lose the signature, give me brake stands, real AMG.
I'm good with that. Race start. Straight up, this rips.
Okay, do you like the sound?
I like it. I don't love it. Obviously, I want a V8, but this is pretty good.
The pumped inness is all right.
Okay, so the pumped inness, that is an option. We have that, and if you press the exhaust button, it's more pumped in, basically. So it's on the Mercedes website. It's actually part of the AMG driver's package, which enhances the sound, but doesn't ruin it for everybody on the exterior.
Is that what it says?
I'm paraphrasing.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Clever technology lets Mercedes-AMG drivers enjoy the signature growling exhaust symphony while reducing its impact on the outside world.
All right, we have retracted our statement. It is not a real AMG. We're pulling that back. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but it is so sick. Like, honestly, for a mid-level trim, below the 63, above the base, above the second base, because there's also a 450, this is really good. I think they nailed it.
Wait, what does it sound like from the outside?
Let's find out. Take a listen to the outside. Yeah, Mercedes, if you could just pump in that symphony that you're pumping in here just through the exhaust, please. No one's gonna mind.
Don't tell them that. They're gonna put a speaker there.
Yeah.
They'll be back. Okay.
So let me just downshift this 9-speed auto. Decent shifts, not the greatest, but I did find one thing that I'm not sure if you're aware of. If you bog this thing down, it is the most bog I've ever experienced.
I've not bogged it down because I've just been driving it auto the whole time.
I've never bogged a car down more than this. Watch how hilarious this is.
You a track hawk?
Watch this. How bogged was that? Like, my foot was to the floor. No,
Yeah.
in between gears, my foot was to the floor. Look, there was nothing. Look.
Yeah, they bogged.
My foot's still to the floor. There's nothing. There's like a huge delay, like a massive delay.
You know
which
what, though?
I don't expect because this has the electric 48-volt system that's supposed to have an electric supercharger that's adding a bunch of boost. So I don't really feel that.
Well, at least it lets you bog, right?
Yes, but it's just like the funniest bog that I remember experiencing ever.
I remember just being disappointed anytime I'd bog down a track hawk.
But at least that one would like jump right back into action because
Yeah.
I was pinned the whole time and it was just like,
Yeah, the part like, let's not explode this motor.
well, you can't. It's really preventing you from doing that.
Yeah, well, they probably need to do that.
And these Mercedes 9-speeds, honestly, I'm not the biggest fan in like not the full AMG applications, and even in the S63, like it wasn't the smoothest ever. It never really is.
To daily driving.
Yeah, you had some issues with comfort
Rock
mode.
around comfort mode.
Let's put this back into comfort.
When you go off the start, like there's not much gas, and it's like it kind of feels awkward.
Not
You're
much gas?
Like you give it gas and it doesn't give it back. To
Got
you.
it.
And then, but if you floor it, then it's like it comes on right away. But it's just that smoothness. And every time you come to a stop, I feel like the whole system is like, "What the hell am I doing?" And just kind of clunks to a stop.
I've noticed that with Mercedes.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
And what was it? It was the M440i from BMW. Like absolutely nailed the power and speed and like
Oh my God.
smoothness.
Yeah.
So like, in that sense, Mercedes does have some catching up to do.
I agree. Like the way that the BMWs implement, at least the 440i,
Yeah.
the 48 volt versus
Which is
this.
exactly the competition for this.
Yeah. So they do a better job of that, even though this is F1 technology. And
Shut your mouth. But driving this around all week, I have not wanted to put it in manual mode or even sport.
really,
I would just floor it when I needed to in comfort, and I would be fine.
let me just do that right now.
With your manual. There.
Let me just do that right now. Not bad.
Yeah.
Tons of torque. Wow, that torque
Like
is
especially
really
when you're
nice.
merging on a highway, you're like, F this guy, and you
Yeah.
floor it in comfort, you're...
That torque was real nice. Okay, I'm gonna dial this right back up to race, and the suspension also then changes to Sport Plus, and I actually find it not the craziest, stiffest thing, which Mercedes kind of typically does. This is dialed down from what I recall Mercedes
It's
doing.
very livable.
Yeah, but I would still prefer to drive this in comfort. It does make a really big difference. Like all those little imperfections are kind of taken down a notch, like right there in
And
comfort.
it's super easy to change all your modes with those dials on the steering wheel. Like this setup, I've gotten very used to the whole Mercedes setup.
Yeah, so
Even,
let me
even
just
the screen.
rip this into fake cliche corner, and that torque, the way that comes on is really nice. And when you're in the upper RPMs and you are shifting like kind of how you would, it does feel pretty good.
It grips
But yeah.
super hard, but doesn't it feel like there's not much lumbar in the seats? Or not lumbar, bolsters?
I'm not even thinking about that right now. I'm thinking about the steering and handling, man. This
Aren't
is
you getting
like
moved
great.
around a bit?
Not at all. I'm holding myself with the steering wheel.
Oh,
That's the
okay,
thing,
well.
right? Yeah, no, this thing rips through fake cliche. I
it-
actually really like driving it through there.
These aren't the track seats, right?
Yeah, you can get like crazy bucket seats for this, but I don't mind these at all.
But then that comes down to like the CLE53 part of it.
Yes.
Is that it is for dailying, and like there's no like added bolstering adjustment. There's lumbar adjustment,
Yep.
but then there's no massage either. It's seat kinetics.
You can get massage, I believe.
Yeah, so like it makes sense for it being a 53.
Yep.
And then I had my child seat in the back, rear facing behind the passenger seat, which probably wouldn't be much room for a passenger in front of that.
Right.
But the kid was comfortable, didn't complain about it, whatever.
And I love these red seats as well. This interior looks fantastic. All this carbon fiber up here, fantastic. We
The
got
ambient lighting.
Yeah, I can see it actually. We got that same screen that we had in the CLEs.
Okay, so I have more appreciation for this screen now.
Okay.
So the angle, the tilt, the way the functionality, the non-super width. I drove a VinFast for one day, and it had cast reflections from this corner to here
Yep.
at all times and blocked a lot. So whatever engineering they did here, they did a really good job compared to other companies.
And we got Apple CarPlay in there, Android Auto, all that fun good stuff.
Enough hard buttons to like kind of get you through.
AMG hard button to get into your settings and stuff, which I've come around to getting used to.
We've gotten used to it.
Yeah, it's good now. And in there you can change all your settings for your transmission, your exhaust, which is a fake exhaust kind of thing, your suspension and all that stuff. And then 0 to 60 in this, if we were to time it, around 4 seconds, which is like, you know, like old 63 territory, because 4MATIC Plus, right?
Yeah, and then this has track pace and the app and all that stuff, which we haven't tested out. You know, like I don't know if it still works or not. I know.
I'm sure it works.
How about backseat room for the Jacob?
I don't know, Yuri. Whatever we did in the CLE 300.
I feel like you didn't fit.
I feel like it was tight as hell. It always is. Like, I look at
Yeah.
any coupe thing that isn't like a full S63 type thing, like, I'm not going to fit.
Okay, cup holder area, pretty good. Visors, I'm pretty sure they will slide. 3, 2, 1.
Yes!
Trunk space is very good.
Yeah, for a coupe?
Yeah, it's very easy to lift the handle because the camera thing.
Yeah, it's already ready for you.
I guess back to the looks. Do you like the exhaust tips on here?
I really like them. I know AMGs are supposed to have the rectangular tips, but
Well, no,
I'm okay.
53s are circles.
I know, but sorry,
They-
63s I should have said. But that's in my head as AMGs.
Yeah.
So circular exhaust tips, I'm totally okay with on 53s. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it's supposed to be.
I think the overall message of this car is that we're okay with it.
Yeah. Oh, and
Very okay with it.
these exhaust tips compared to the M440i exhaust tips, like, you want a triangle exhaust tip or you want two circles?
Is
Like,
M440i like weird triangle?
yeah, 440s are always triangles because the real M's have to have the real circles. Yeah, this is way better.
So I think that's pretty much everything with the CLE53. We're both very happy with it.
Yeah,
It's a good middle ground, I guess.
I think so.
What is the price?
Here's where everything comes together. Starts at 80,900.
Canadian.
This one's spec'd out to 99,700.
Okay, well maybe that explains why there's no adaptive cruise control and lane centering, which would have been nice to have.
I think they were trying to get it right under that 100 number, and they did that by doing that because you can get it.
I would get that and massage for sure.
Yes, definitely do that. But I mean, 100 grand for this is obviously a lot of money, but comparable
But
to
for how cool it looks,
yeah, comparable to an M440i, and I prefer this to an M440i.
yeah, I'd rather say I have an AMG than have an M Sport.
And this looks
More,
so
yeah.
much better.
A lot of people, this is more than most people can handle.
For sure.
Not us, honestly.
No, come
We
on.
are
Come on.
the manliest of men.
Let us know what you guys think of the new 53 CLE.